Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. So today my dog comes tumbling down the stairs making noise. So I am wrapping up week 6, you guys, and if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Izzy and I had my VSG surgery on March 28th 2023. So I was cleared to go on to your general diet last week, and I'm still going through it this week too, and I believe the week 8 I'm still going through it. So in my program it is stage 4, which means you are able to introduce most foods to your diet now, and they just remind you to eat slow, based on texture, take small bites, allow yourself to chew, and just to know that the size that you end up biting will determine how you feel throughout the meal, and just to kind of be aware of that. So it says try all kinds of moist cooked meats, but you should trim off the fat. So I have been going more towards leaner meats. I mostly do chicken, turkey, and I do have some ground beef, but I always get like 97 lean. That's pretty much it. I don't really have steaks or anything like that. And then now we can try raw veggies, which I was so excited about, guys. I've been wanting my raw veggies for so long. And I just made myself some lunch. This is a little over 15 grams of protein. And I've been making these. These are great. And if I don't eat them all, then I just save it and wait, see if I eat it a little bit later. So as far as raw veggies go, the only thing you have to be careful about is celery, because it has little stringy bits. So they just want you to be careful with that. And then broccoli, because of the stalk as well. And then 1 to 2 servings per day of bread, pasta, rice. I have not yet tried rice or pasta. I did buy some protein pasta and I will eventually try that. But right now, recovering from being sick, jumping into this, I really don't want to overload my system. So I'm taking it really slow. But I did try bread, and I let you guys know that that was really, really good. I also tried a little bit of a wrap. I let you know that, and it's not really something that I miss. And then breads are good, especially if toasted. Pastas and rice are better when cooked soft. And then fruits without tough skins. And they might, because the tough skin might be hard for you to chew. So I kept that in mind when I actually got my cucumber, because I do like cucumbers, but the skin sometimes on those bigger ones are a little tough. And so I went for the English cucumber, and I think that's doing pretty good. And then the second thing that they note is chew foods well. Chew foods well, this helps with digestion. Food that is not chewed can make you feel uncomfortable, and that can come back up. Moist foods are usually easy to digest than drier foods. Foods reheated in a microwave can often be dry. You can add a small amount of liquid to the microwavable foods. Keep your meals consistent. Keep meals and snacks in the same amounts at all times. Don't graze, nibble all day long. Plan your meals and snacks so that you can make healthy choices. Protein is still important, so plan well to help yourself get enough protein. If you skip meals or go too long without eating, you may eat more quickly, which can lead to problems tolerating foods and overeating. Eat a variety of foods. You should have a variety of foods at each meal. Try to have at least 2 different food items each meal. Each meal should have at least 1 high protein food. Eat a variety of foods throughout the day and week. So although we might not be able to handle some foods right off the bat, especially in this phase, it's important to try them a little bit later, because you never know if it's just your body getting used to it. And that is one thing that I can definitely say is the case. I have tried so many things the first time and thought, oh my gosh, I guess I could never eat that again. And that's not the case. I end up going right back to try it again, and then I'm tolerating it perfectly. So wraps being one of them. But I did go back the next week and try it again, and it actually sat fairly well. It's just something I realized I don't like anymore. So there's that. So one thing that I tried that was new this week was making my own protein shakes. So normally I would just go get a little carton of my protein shake and then have that. But when I'm working from home, it's convenient for me to have a blender. And so I thought, let's just make our own smoothies. And that's kind of what I've been doing is I'll throw in some veggies in there, some fruits. I'll get my favorite protein powder. What I've been using is Isopure Creamy Vanilla. It's so good. I'll put spinach, I'll put strawberries, blueberries, or I'll just get a little scoop of my Motivate greens. I'll plop that in there and that's really good. I'll do a little chunk of a banana to get some good carbs in there. And then that's pretty much it. You can put in nut butters if you want. I'll do chia seeds sometimes, and almond butter, peanut butter. Throw some cucumbers in there. Cucumber and pineapple's really good together. Also, there's this little book that I found on Amazon, and it's bariatric smoothies. And they have a ton of smoothies in this little book. And it's fun to just play with to see what you like, especially during this phase, because you can have all those really good raw veggies and fruits. It just, I love it. I look forward to the days I work from home now. I think maybe at some point I'll be able to just put all my ingredients into a baggie and take that to work and blend it up in my little portable blender that I showed you guys before. But for right now, I'm just kind of testing out the things that I like, and then we'll kind of see about prepping some of those things. Another thing that I tried this week was nuts, and they're actually on my plate today. These little cashew slivers. So I've been trying those to see how I tolerate them, and they go down really well. Those you do have to chew almost into a nut butter, but I think they're fine. They add a good amount of protein. You don't have to have that many. And they go really well with cheese. Like, they taste so delicious, especially if you have like little chopped, I have chopped up turkey, cheese, and then those slivers, and they just go really well together. And really, going into this phase, that is something you have to constantly remind yourself is, oh my gosh, because I can have all this food now, I can have all these different textures, but you're not used to chewing those textures. It's been, 6-7 weeks since you were actually able to chew that texture. So just taking time to really mash that up so that it doesn't upset your stomach. But I did have some issues with some food coming back up this week. Yeah, I did. And it was a veggie, so that makes sense to me because I'm not used to chewing it. And what I mean by that is this little guy dipped in some hummus, the cucumber. I ended up not chewing it as well as I thought, and I started to feel it not settle very well, and then whoop, it's back in my mouth. And I want to stress that it's not vomit. It is not a vomiting feeling. It is just kind of like, oh, this is coming right back up. And you just kind of spit it out and, okay, let me try that again. I like to cut my food super, super small. And like, this is the size of my little meat nugget. And then for cheese, they're about like that. So I like my stuff to be super small as it is. For the cucumber, I will do about this thin, and these are the snack cucumbers, so they're already kind of small. But if you have a larger one, you probably want a half this. Another thing that you should be aware of is accidentally drinking when you're eating your foods. I have done that a couple of times, and I'm like, no, when it actually happens. So what I've been doing, especially with this phase, because there's so much texture, and when you're chewing, it ends up being like this, minced meat that's in your system. And you really want all of that nutrients to stay in there and break down properly. So accidentally flushing it down with some water is just gonna not be good. So what I end up doing is keeping my water bottle in the other room, or I'll put it on clear across the other room, because I don't wanna accidentally grab it and drink. Especially with this more textured food, I want it to break down. I want those veggies and all of that nutrients to stay in my tummy. So I don't wanna wash it down accidentally. So that is my tip for you, is if you're sitting down and eating dinner, just to keep your water clear across the other room or in another room altogether. So another thing that I wanted to bring up this week is that how satisfied you become very quickly. And I'll take 3, maybe 4 bites of my dinner and then I am good. I don't want any more. And I really believe it's because of the texture. And handy because you are still getting a lot of good nutrients depending on what you're putting in your smoothie. And you're still able to try out these different foods that might fill your tummy a little more than usual. So I don't really feel like I'm able to eat several meals, you know, like they say 6 meals a day. I'm not able to eat 6 meals a day of just pure solid foods. I have to take a little breather in there, and that's when I have my smoothie. I'll have a green drink, I'll have yogurt or cottage cheese, something like that. And then I'll go right back to just trying out the textures. So right now, I would say I'm a good 50-50. I do 3 soft things a day, and then I try 3 textures a day. And that works pretty well with me. All right, so let's talk about the body and if I've noticed any changes this week. And not really, you guys. It's been kind of the same as last week. I notice a lot of my jeans, though, they are very loose in the booty area, which I'm not excited about, but that's okay. One other little cool thing that I noticed is like squatting. It feels so like light. It feels so stinking light. And I never realized how heavy my body felt, or it was just kind of a struggle. If I was sitting on the ground to get up, I'd have to like, you know, brace myself, and it would never feel comfortable. And I don't even have to think about any of that now. I just get up. It just feels very easy. And another thing, I mean, this is like TMI for those that are watching. I apologize, but you know, to some people that are curious about this, intimacy has become more fun. And I will just leave it at that. I will say that as far as endurance and flexibility and movability and just feeling lighter, it's definitely been a huge thing this week. It's felt really, really good. Guys, I'm going to boop on out of here, and I will see your precious little faces in the next video. And if you have not subscribed already, subscribe and be my friend, and drop me a little comment. Let me know that you're here. Say hi. I love hearing from you guys. If you have any suggestions on videos, drop those in the comments too. Thank you guys. I will see you. Bye-bye.